What's up, everybody? See, we got 5 years in here already. We're working to get Corey on. Let's see what we got going here. He's having an issue with the link, or hope everybody's having a good night tonight. We're here with Korey Durham. It's a voice actor. It's gonna be a good, interesting night. You guys chime in, talk to him, ask questions. Where you at, Corey? Let's give you a little some snippets of his work. Okay, let's see. We got to get that. It ain't on either. Closed out and rejoined. Okay, let's see. Should be getting your notification, brother. No, I'm not, man. Not whatsoever. You're not in my notification box. Where's he at? Tried to. Just wanted to get. I wanted to get things done a little bit earlier today, and it looked like we had a few small issues, but nonetheless, I'm going to generate a new link for him to jump in with. Ain't no fun if we don't have a few issues, is it? All right, let me see. Let me I know what we got going
They
here.
are a fighting words. I dare you to step over.
What's going through your mind?
All right, start walking, you no good long-eared galoot. Just a minute there, partner. You can't talk to me like that. Them's fighting words. That's right, they are a fighting words. I dare you to step over this line. All right, Rabbit, I'm a steppin'. I dare you to step over this line. This one, that one, this one, that one. You know, sometimes me conscience bothers me. But not this time. Ooh, I hate that rabbit. All right, start walking, you no good long.
All right, guys, I'm going to put this down to. We're going to go to the little intermission screen so I can see what we got going on. Why we ain't got Corey's. Why his link's not bringing him into my room. So give us 1 minute here. I don't want my camera to be shown on this shit. So let's get this. I'll get you guys something playing while I figure out what we got going on with his link. Uh, let's see, that's the new link. He's found it. Same one. I tell you what, it's not something. Always. Always something, y'all. Ooh, we don't want that. We don't want that. We want this here. So let's get this right here. We'll get play a little bit more of his clips. Why I get him put in here.
Scooby-Doo, where are you? Over here. Zoinks! Like, don't look now, Scoob, but there's a super scary ghost behind you. Rex? Let me at him! Let me at him, Uncle Scooby! Da-da-da-da-da-da! Puppy power! Like, I'm so scared, I wish I had a ham sandwich to calm my nerves. Here's my pal, Scooby-Dooby-Doo! All right, start walking, you no-good long-eared galoot. Just a minute there, partner. You can't talk to me like that. Them's fighting words. That's right, they are fighting words. I dare you to step over this line. All right, Rabbit, I'm stepping. I dare you to step over this line. This one, that one, this one, that one. You know, sometimes me conscience bothers me. But not this time. Ooh, I hate that rabbit.
What's going through your mind? What's your background where you can just go,
here.
I think I want to get into voice.
His link's not bringing him in, so I'm going to just delete that link altogether and send him a new one. See if he's following everything through. I don't know, his link tree's in my name area. Who all's on here tonight? Shout it out. Let me know what you got going on, and we're gonna get this moving. Should be no issues whatsoever. Yeah, it's showing no guests. Screen capture. Generate new link. Let's try this new link, and then settings are. You know what? You guys got me talking here and shit. Man, no. We get it. It's a small hiccup. That's why I like to kind of do a pre-check early because of these issues. So I'm got him the brand new link for the new camera, and let's see if we will get his notification this time. I tell you what, this is we got a solution, y'all. Neither of us has come upon this problem before with Streamlabs, so I am just going to screen capture his Zoom call, and we'll do it that way. We'll get this thing one way or another. Let's see. Okay, there's Korey Durham. Um, there we go. There we go. There we go. Zoom meeting. Boom. Save. On. Start. All right. Are you in here, Korey? Are you in the Zoom yet? Um. Hmm. Oh man. Where you at, Korey? Are you up in here with us yet, buddy? Oh man, guys, I thought it's sent to you, bub. Let me see here. We got this should bring him into the Zoom, and I'm gonna have to. I don't need my camera anyway because I've got a camera on the screen. Now let me find it on screen. There he is. Hey, we got Korey's screen here. All right, can you hear me, Bob? All right, guys, we're gonna bring him up on. Can I start video? Can I start video? Failed to start video. I'm gonna bring him up on this end. Who we got? We got people saying hello in the chats. What is up? Oh shit! Damn it! Didn't mean to do that. What is up? Whoever is in the chats. Now that's trying to pull Korey in and pull my screen now though. Oh gosh. This is man. This is always interesting. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? What in the world is going on here? Uh, oh, when I pull this thing, it goes back. That don't help anything. Let's get back on the Zoom call. See if Korey's on here. The Zoom. Can you hear me, Korey? What's up, buddy? Can you hear me? Let me see. All right, now can you hear me? Now let me see. I can't. I don't hear you. Let me get you in here. There you go. No, that was Man, never fails for something like this to happen. I can hear you now, but you're coming through my computer. Let me get you through my interface. I think we should be good. Let me get you on screen here for everybody else out there. I'm waiting for me. Yeah, I've never had an issue with the link. I mean, I've had some small issues with Streamlabs, but never no link issues. And now it's wanting to give me hell with my screen altogether. But that's all right because we need you on the get you on the screen. Here we go. We got Elizabeth. We got quite a bit of people here in the chat room already. What's up, everybody? We're here with Korey Durham. I'm going to bring him on the screen here. He's a voice actor. He did a lot of stuff, but here recently is one of his newest projects. He is the voice of the new Barney. Let me get you in here, and you can say what's up, Korey. There we go. There we got him. Where you at? There you go. What's up, Korey? Kind of now I gotta rearrange all my little frames and shit. Yeah, we always get through. I always have a few issues, but we get through them. So can you guys hear Korey all right out there? Let me see on this chat window. Elizabeth, Jeremy, where are you from? Where are you from, Korey? I don't know if that question is geared towards me or towards you. You're Oklahoma, correct? Texas. Okay. Close. One of them country states. Right on, right on. So, my people out there in chat, are you can you guys hear Korey all right? Let me check all these levels. Yeah, it's I guess I should have tried a little bit earlier sound check. Every time I think everything's going to go great, the time it messes up. This is probably some message to be telling me we ain't got no sound. Nope, can't hear you. So therefore, we need your audio output. All right, no problem. We got the face. We need the voice though, because that's the audio output capture, and we're going to do. I need to turn that alert off or something. Can you hear that? All right. Let's see. Let me hear you talk. See if I got anything on you now. Still not showing anything registered. Run that damn alert. Capture. I guess. All right, got that one. Alert box. Let's turn that off. Good Lord. Can hear the stuff we don't want to hear. Okay, this should be, all right, let's try it now. See if we're getting any sound on you anywhere. Go ahead and get one more time. It's not registering. Why in the world is it? Tell you what, let me turn this Bluetooth off altogether here on my laptop. I should not be going through the damn laptop speakers. Now, do we got you now? I can hear you through the laptop. And oh, boy, we had issues yesterday. Starting off with issues today. Can't win. Let's see. Monitor output. Audio output there. Speakers. Monocaster. Monitor output. All right. Anything different on you now? Yeah, you guys on the chat, you want to chime in, tell us if you hear Korey. I suggest you. the chats are coming in slow. Oh, you can see it, okay. See, get all. Man, can you guys hear that? Damn, turn that alert off and it's still going crazy. That's that audio output, and this audio output should be fine for you. Okay. Well, let's see, Korey. I mean, we're going to make this thing happen. Like I said, every time I don't get the damn it never fails when I don't get the sound check off like I like to. It always ends up getting me, biting me in the ass. All right, maybe this is my on your end, on your collab cam, your volume's up on your cam. We ain't have no issues whatsoever there. This here is going to be off. On our output. Let's see. We got anything yet? Yeah, that's the alert. I keep trying to stop this alert. I don't know what in the world that is either. Maybe it's just a donations jar. Let's just shut all that off. All those volumes off. You're out here. So while I'm messing with this, we're recording anyway. So I mean, so you're just not sitting here. Yes, Stacy, it's still nothing. How old are you, man? Because I was looking for that. I was looking into that when I was doing my research on you. How old are you? I was looking when I did my research on you. I was looking for that, and oh, right on, right on. Screen capture. So you know what that let me get the sounds on this Zoom meeting. I wonder if it's got to do with my settings inside the Zoom. See where my output on the Zoom is going. All right, my speakers. Okay, I got you. It's an issue in my Zoom. Now we should have you.
Okay, can everybody hear me now?
All right. We finally got that one settled up. I appreciate you coming out, man. And you know, we've had some issues with the sound, but we got everything to where it needs to be. We're here with Korey Durham. He's out of Texas. Voice actor. How long you been doing this?
I've been doing it for about 3 years, 3 or 4 years. And can you still see me? Because somebody said they can't see me.
I can see you. Lose the let's see. Shouldn't be any issue with that. I wouldn't think. Screen capture. I don't like that glass breaking, whatever it is, though. So you guys can't see him at all. I mean,
can you hear me though? Can
yeah,
can people hear me? They just can't see me.
I can hear you. We got your picture now. All right. I can hear and see you.
Okay, cool.
So now I just lost my there we go. My ears. So you say you've been doing it professionally about a year now, correct?
Oh, I've been doing it for about 3 years.
Professionally?
Yeah, right. So about 3 years, yeah.
So what was some of your first gigs? How'd you get into this line of work?
You know, I decided that I decided around like about 3 or 4 years ago, maybe a little longer. It was right around COVID time, right before COVID. I decided, hey, I've always wanted to do something with voice acting, but I never had, taken the time to do it. So I decided, well, I ought to give this a shot because if I don't, um, I'm gonna regret that I didn't. And I kind of decided that I should give it a shot. And my family members, my wife, my uncle, my parents, they were all, pushing me to do it. And I was like, I just didn't know if it was gonna do. I didn't know if I was gonna go anywhere with it. And so, but everybody always was like, I love you do so many great voices, and you can create these crazy voices, and they were like, I just thought they were just telling me that just because they love, like, they loved me, their family, their friends, and stuff. So I never took them serious until I put up some stuff on video on YouTube and Instagram and stuff, and it really kind of took off.
So obviously you grew up into cartoons and stuff. I mean, you've had to watch
Oh yeah,
a shit
absolutely.
ton. So
Yeah, a lot.
what was your what was your first cartoon that actually grabbed you that made you say, "Hey, I want to learn this voice."
Oh, definitely Looney Tunes. Looney Tunes were like my favorite, and they're probably still some of my favorite.
So how long did it take you to get that bug? Oh shit! How long did? Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I lost you in my earphones. How long did it take you to actually get that Bugs Bunny voice like down packed, where you was happy with it? Yeah. So what was your first gig as a professional voice actor? I mean,
so I started doing auditions. I found some stuff online, different places online, different groups on Facebook that had auditions, and I started auditioning for stuff. I auditioned for a couple of video games. And what you learn is that when you audition in this kind of a business, you audition, you send that audition out there, and then you never hear anything back unless they are interested. So uh, don't, if you're getting into this kind of a field, don't get discouraged. Just I always kind of take it as every audition, I don't expect to get it. It's not something that I'm like, oh, this is gonna something big's gonna happen here. I kind of just go, I'm just gonna do my best here and throw it out there and expect nothing to come from it. And you don't get discouraged when they never message you back if you have that outlook.
Yeah.
But yeah, I started doing like YouTube videos and things like that, and then I had some people like the big thing that kind of was like, hey, we're gonna pay you a good amount of money to do these. Is a guy out of Canada had a tribute show for Barney, and that was one of the many voices I threw out there that I was doing impressions of, and he was like, hey, I'm doing a tribute show. It's out of Canada where I dress as Barney and I do the. He said prior to this he was just taking clips from the show and editing it all together and then just doing the show to that. But he was like, I really want to have an original show. And so he wrote a script and sent it to me and paid me a good amount of money to do that. And I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. And that got the attention of Mattel, because they saw it and I guess they were also looking for a voice for Barney for some online stuff. And that's kind of where that came from, which was kind of cool.
Nice.
Sorry, that was a really long answer.
That's all right, man. I've got actually. There's a guy in the chat room today that I talked to earlier, and a buddy of mine, and he actually that was his question. He said he had looked into that before and really didn't know where to go with it or how to get anywhere with it. So and it's like you said, it's just getting out there and doing your thing, and then make sure you keep doing it.
Yeah. You just kind of gotta not be afraid of rejection, or like I said, more commonly, just no answer. You just kind of have to just throw it out there, do what you want to do, not really concern yourself with. I mean, you should take criticism for sure, but you shouldn't let it destroy you.
Yeah.
Or let it discourage you from trying to do what you want to do.
Let it better yourself with it.
Exactly. Yeah. So I usually I will say though that most everybody that comments on my stuff, I would say 99% of it is all positive. So I don't have a lot of people that are like, you're terrible, you're not good at this. So that's a good thing, I guess.
Yeah, and man, honestly, I didn't do as much research because everything when I put the post in the podcast group or answer to it, man, I just got flooded with responses. I mean, these last few days, when I first sent you my calendar, you're like, you're this open. Now I am completely booked for the next 2 weeks out, and it was just a madhouse. So we rushed into yours, and I didn't really get a chance to dig into it until last night when you sent me your link tree and stuff, and I got to actually sit and spend some time looking at your stuff, man, and it's really interesting. It's your cartoon rap battles.
Yeah. And so those the cartoon rap battles, those are something that I did for YouTube. So that was an early thing that I did. There was a guy on YouTube that was like, hey, I'm doing these rap battles where he writes the raps, and basically I kind of become somebody for him that does a lot of the ones he does now. So he sends me these, he'll be like, hey, he'll send me an email, hey, can you do this voice? I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And then he's like, all right, be on the lookout for some lines in the next couple of weeks. And I was like, okay. So he'll send it to me, and then I just basically say all the lines in the voice, and then he just puts it to music. So I kind of saw that as backwards, because I originally, when he first approached me, I was like, yeah, send me the beat that you're going to be doing, and I'll try to make it match that. And then he was like, well, we don't really do it that way. And I was like, well, how does it work that way? Because I have a little bit of a music background. I used to be in a band. I used to record music and write music. So this has been like when I was in high school, and it was just a high school band, and we just did stuff together. But so it was kind of strange because I was used to it being the other way. You put the music down and then you do the lines and record, everything to that. but that's not how they do it, which I was skeptical. But then when I saw the finished one, I was like, okay, well, they're just doing the beat to whatever I'm doing. So it kind of worked, I guess.
Yeah, they just made
But
sure they
yeah,
put your timing in and all that, and just threw it in there. That's neat, though.
yeah,
So
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Alexa,
what kind of music were you into? What'd you play?
We did like kind of alternative rock. I don't think there's any of it out online much anymore. This was like 15 years ago, and we had a band called The Downfall, which was just a, it's just a band name that we kind of came up with. It's kind of cliche, I guess. But yeah, I was really into one of my favorite bands was Bowling for Soup back when I was a teenager. And so we did a lot of like that kind of style in a way, but then we also, which is more pop punk.
Yeah.
But yeah, we kind of did our own thing at the same time. It didn't really go anywhere because we were like, teenage kids, and as soon as we graduated, it was like, okay, we all have these other things we want to do. Okay, so we're gonna do that, and then we just kind of disbanded. So, but it was fun. It was just a fun thing we did on the side.
Yeah, and to got your foot in when with sound equipment. I mean, I'm sure you knew a little bit about what you're doing, because when I talked to you yesterday, there's not even, like I said, you'd be surprised how many bands that I interview don't even have an interface or ear pods, and it's like, oh man,
Yeah. Yeah, I use like it's an Audient ID14. That's what I use as my interface. It's a really nice one, actually. I actually like it. And then I just have my sound and everything ran through with my this one. I think this is the mic I have is an AKG, but I was gonna get a Shure SM7B, but for what I'm doing, I think it would be good. But because I have a sound booth, the sound's pretty good, so it really doesn't matter if I have that. That's kind of, so a lot of my stuff is done, all of it's done remotely here in my house, and so I don't have I haven't actually went to a studio to record anything. Even when I did the stuff with Mattel, it was all remote. So that's kind of how voice acting is now. They prefer that because you're not having to pay an expensive studio rental and all of that, and they just give you more money because you have your own studio.
Nice, and yeah, you got everything together. You got it right there, and you don't. I mean, you don't have to outsource, and that's kind of why when I threw you onto this one, because I do 90% of my interviews are music, but it's basically what we're here for is the independent artist. And I'm sorry, guys, I have shut everything off. I don't know what that crashing sound that keeps it. It's like somebody's throwing a glass at us.
Oh, I can't hear it. I don't have that sound on. I can't hear that. So
yeah,
I guess it's
Facebook said they hear it, but I mean, it's just annoying. It's not over loud or anything overbearing, just annoying as shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's focusing on the independent artist. I mean, like, you like you said, outsourcing, doing all your studio stuff in house. I mean, you come up independently. You grew through social, through the web. And that's the same thing, with bands nowadays in the web. You don't need record labels. You can do everything yourself if you know what you're doing. And if not, you can reach out and have somebody.
Yeah, and it's yeah, there's not really a need in a lot of ways for a record company at a certain level. I mean, you don't, it's more, and I think, bands never really made music, or not, they never really made money from music, from the recording, the albums.
Yeah.
Even at that point, I mean, they were making pennies on the dollar.
Yep.
The real money is made from live shows, merch, and stuff like that. So
yep,
that that hasn't changed.
They would get half their shit taken from them because they had that upfront loan or whatever, and they take that right away, right off the top.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Whenever I've watched a lot of Jarrett Reddick from Bowling for Soup as the lead singer. I was actually on his podcast a couple of weeks ago, which was amazing to me because I've gotten to be friends with him because over several years back when I was in high school, I used to go to a lot of their shows because they're kind of like only based in Denton. It's only like 2 hours from me. So I used to go to a lot of their shows, and over the years, they were like so nice to me. They were super nice. Like after the shows, they'd come out and talk to you and get to know you. And then, over years and years, I would consistently go to all their shows and talk to Jared every time. And then he added me on Facebook, and I was like, whoa. And he's like, yeah, dude, we're friends. It's all good. And so then it was like, okay, that's cool. And so then over the several years, I've gotten to know him, and he started watching my videos when I started posting this stuff, and I noticed he was liking and commenting them, and I was like, dang, he's actually paying attention to what I'm doing now, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then he was like, hey, I saw him doing this podcast, and I was like, I sent him a message, and I was like, hey, I don't know if I would, because this show is called Rockstar Dad, and I was like, I'm not really a rock star, but it would be cool to if you guys wanted to interview me, I'd love to be on your podcast. And he was like, dude, we would love that. Like, come on, that's gonna be awesome. And so we set that up, and that was really, really fun because he's a super nice guy.
Yeah, I have to check that one out.
It was cool. It was a lot of fun.
Because I watched a few of your podcasts, man. They were great.
Yeah. Yeah, we do. I do a lot of them. I think I've been on like 20 something podcasts in the last year and a half or year. And it's just organic. I mean, most of it's like I'll see somebody make a post like, hey, we need guests. And I might reply. Like, I think that was how we did ours. And then other ones, a lot of times it's just people going, hey, I saw your clip of you on this podcast. Would you like to come on ours? And I'm like, yeah, sure. And I kind of just do anything like that. I feel like it's just, it's free exposure to another audience of people that you wouldn't have maybe ever come in contact with. So I kind of do it because it's, there's nothing negative that comes out of it.
Yeah. Any publicity is good publicity. I mean, to get your name out there to be shown, even when we got the viewers, they're like, man, I sat through this interview and with glass shattering the whole freaking time.
Yeah. I don't even hear the glass. I guess it's on the sound on the video. I don't hear it. So
it's coming through something through Streamlabs, but I have everything completely shut down. I mean, other than these backgrounds windows that are around us here, I don't know why they'd be making crashing sounds, but we'll see if that did it. Nope, we still got the crash. It's the alert box sound if you're used to Streamlabs. And so I got, you did on your link tree those commercials like Spotify and stuff. That's you, correct?
Yeah, those are me too. Yeah, that's my commercial demo. So it's like, and I'm still working on that. That's like my first. I want to do some more where it's like totally different styles, because the three of those are real similar in style. So I want to do some like, really fast paced commercial stuff, different things like that, different voices. But yeah, those are commercial demos. So those are not ones that I actually did.
Knock, knock. Nutrisystem Delivery here with a month of delicious meals, satisfying snacks, plus probiotic shakes to help support your immunity, delivered right to your door. And bonus, order now and get a week of shakes absolutely free. Say hello to Nutrisystem. Our easy-to-follow program includes all of your favorite foods made healthier. Act now to get your free month of meals delivered for free. There's more out there. More to see, more to hear,
and I use
more
that
to feel.
primarily for like when
There's
I
more
do
beauty.
marketing, which is a lot of what I do. So I'll go to a business and I'll say, hey, I do voiceover for commercials and things like that. Here's a sample of what I do. And I show them that. And then they're like, yeah, that sounds really good. We'd love to have you do this, And then, the next time they have a commercial, they call me.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of direct marketing, and a lot of people don't realize that. It's not, you're not just, oh, they saw you on Facebook and now you have all these people reaching out trying to do. I mean, there is some of that, but a lot of it's like you have to go find the work. You have to go. It's kind of like when you're in a band, you have to go book the shows. You have to go find the things like that. So you have to do that. Otherwise, you're not going to get any business.
Yeah,
There's
have
a lot
to
of competition,
invest in
so you
yourself
gotta-
before somebody invests in you. You know what I mean? You got
Right.
a lot of work, a lot goes into it. If you don't mind, because I asked about it, it's because when I listened to it, I've heard your voice before, and I was like, wow, I've heard him on, especially at Spotify, and I will play the link real quick for him if you don't mind. Let me see here. Got it pulled up. You guys tell me when you can hear his this link here. This is just going to be a media file I'm going to play for you guys, and this is a few of the commercials he's did that he's got. Like he said, he got ready for his promo kit, his press kit. Let's see, it should.
Knock, knock. Nutrisystem Delivery here with a month of delicious meals, satisfying snacks, plus probiotic shakes to help support your immunity, delivered right to your door. And bonus, order now and get a week of shakes absolutely free. Say hello to Nutrisystem. Our easy-to-follow program includes all of your favorite foods made healthier. Act now to get your free month of meals delivered for free. There's more out there. More to see, more to hear, more to feel. There is more beauty, excitement, wonder, and adrenaline, where everything you watch, everything you listen to, everything you experience as though it's the first time. Pioneer. Seeing and hearing like never before. With Spotify, it's easy to find the right music for every moment. On your phone, your computer, your tablet, and more. There are millions of tracks on Spotify, so whether you're working out, partying, or relaxing, the right music is always at your fingertips. Soundtrack to your life with Spotify. Subscribe or listen for free.
Yeah, I think everybody's heard that Spotify one, man. That's that one's been out there. Nice. Nice. Right towards getting towards the end of the interview.
You know, I did that, and I did different characters for the audiobooks for some of the books he writes. He has audiobooks for, and so I do all the characters on that, and just a bunch of different stuff like that. You know,
In this digital age, there's probably a ton of different, just little different gigs you can pick up, more than there used to be. You know, because you got
for sure, yeah.
So, you know, I mean, when you do say a little commercial reel, I mean, is that, you know, I'm sure that don't break the bank, but is that worthy where you're like, yeah, man, I kicked some ass, that was a good little check, or was it just happy to get a check for doing it?
Yeah, you know, it's just it just depends on what it is. A lot of the ones I do are for like local businesses. So, you know, I kind of try to go, my approach usually, I mean, unless it's a lot of work for almost no money, I generally kind of go, I'm just going to work within their budget, you know, and every bit of money that I can make off of doing something I feel like is worth it.
Oh yeah.
You know, I have a 3-year-old little daughter and a wife to support, and so I just try to do everything I can that, you know, that brings me business, brings me work, and it's fun to do.
That girl's gonna be spoiled. The voices she can hear around the house.
Oh, I know. She's always, and it's funny because she tries to do them too sometimes. So when I'm doing Bugs Bunny, you know, we'll go back and forth, and I'll be like, "All right, you try to do it," and she'll do it. She'll try to do it, and it's funny.
That's great.
But we go back and forth. A funny story that I think you might enjoy. She, whenever I got this Barney thing with Mattel, they, you know, my mom was watching her at her house, and she pulled up the video the day it released, and she started watching it. And my daughter walks up to her and says, "Is that Barney?" And my mom says, "Yes." And she says, "Is it Daddy?" And she was like, "Yes, it's Daddy." And she's like, "I love Barney and I love Daddy." And then she watched. So then recently, I went to this, I was invited to a Barney reunion dinner for mostly people who were in the marketing department back in the 90s for Barney and Friends. And they invited me as a guest of honor, which I was kind of like, really? As a guest of honor? It's like, that seems a little funny, but they were, they were all excited. I think they were excited because it's connecting to something current.
Yeah.
And anyway, so a lot of them were in marketing. So they did the books, they did promo magazines, promos, stuff like that. So they all like surprised me when I got there, and they all brought like 2 or 3 books that they personally worked on, and they just gave them to me. So I came home with this bag full of like 30 books and magazines and stuff of different things. And a lot of them are sealed or they're
nice.
like, they're mint condition. And so I was showing those to my daughter, and she found one she wanted to read. And so she brought it to me and she said, Daddy, can you read this to me? And I was like, yeah, I'll read it to you. So I sat down on the couch and started getting ready to read it to her. And she walked off and she came back and she had a Barney doll. And she says, Daddy, I want Barney to read this book to me. And that was funny because the entire time I'm reading it, she like did not address me at all. She talked only to the Barney doll, and she was asking it stuff like, Barney, do you like this book? And I was like, well, I sure do. It's my favorite book ever. And stuff like that. And she was just laughing.
That's great.
That's
I was
funny.
going to ask you if you put when you read her books, if you put the voices in the books.
Oh yeah, because I just read the whole thing as Barney. So she loved it.
So
but
I don't think you actually. Yeah, I mean, we briefly talked about it. Tell us how that came about. You getting the Barney spot. You say you.
Well, they saw the tribute show that I did, and those were 30-minute shows, and they saw that, and they were like, I guess they were looking for someone to do the voice of Barney for some online content for the Mattel brand, because they're doing 2 things at the same time. They have this new animated show that's coming out called Barney's World that comes out later this year. That's an entirely Canadian production. So
Oh shit! We just lost you on Zoom, man. Shit. And this is not. Oh, guys, sorry. We're gonna go on a quick little intermission, and then we'll get back with Korey, and we'll get to wrapping this up. We'll put a little intermission, play some more of his clips for you guys. Thanks for sticking through, and then comment, ask some questions when we get him back on here. Since we had to do it on Zoom, I'm taking it Zoom. Ran out of time. I'm not really hip to the Zoom ways. There's the all right. I'm seeing a new link. Okay, let's see if we get on.
All right, school. Hey, Ren, will you button me? Will you shut up, you fool? Yes, I shall kill you. Happy, happy. Joy, joy. You fool. Scooby-Doo, where are you? Over here. Zoinks! Like, don't look now, Scoob, but there's a super scary ghost behind you. Rex? Let me at him! Let me at him, Uncle Scooby! Da-da-da-da-da-da! Puppy power! Like I'm so scared I wish I had a ham sandwich to calm my nerves. Here's my pal, Scooby-Dooby-Doo! All right, start walking, you no-good long-eared galoot. Just a minute there, partner. You can't talk to me like that. Them's fighting words. That's right, they are a fighting words. I dare you to step over this line. All right, Rabbit, I'm a steppin'. I dare you to step over this line. This one, that one, this one, that one. You know, sometimes me conscience bothers me. But not this time. Ooh, I hate that rabbit. Hey, Ren.
All right, Matt.
It's like,
Boy, you look a little bit too young to be in this here bar. Boy, you look a little bit too young to be in this here bar.
Oh, I'm like 18, 20 max. Don't worry about me. Give me one Coca-Cola on the rocks, man. Hey, what about you, man?
Well, if you say so, boy. That sounds good to me.
I got a Spider-Man Velcro wallet like a badass. What about you, man?
Well, I just have good American leather.
Leather, yes, leather. You know Lois has leather? Tons of it in the basement. Very, very freaky woman, if you know what I mean. What about you? Does your wife have leather? Do you possess the leather accessories in your basement?
Oh, no, we have a very vanilla relationship. Nothing
Vanilla?
that the good Lord would look shameful on.
Oh, yes, don't lie to me, Hank Hill. You're giving her the propane every night.
You're not hurting me, Doc, nor Lola, or else this means war. Me and my crew are gonna be laughing at you while you're crying on the floor. Yeah, what's up, Doc? You need to keep your head off that phone. You better watch how you're talking to me, cause I'm the king of this throne. Your show is more of a mess than that faker known as Mickey Mouse. I'm the queen of drag that rocks wigs and an amazing blouse. Your rap made me snooze, Doc, but I'll get Davey to back me on this fight. I'd rather take the wrong turn at Albuquerque while hearing you cry about how much my hard disses will bite. You lack a father. That must be such a bummer. He was taken out before Phineas and Ferb started summer. Yuno looks like a pink flamingo while her boyfriend's just a dog squid who's begging for attention and thinking he's a little kid. Maybe I was being
Alright, we're
rude,
back
so I'll
with,
make up for it by telling you funny
Korey
jokes.
here. Let's
So I guess this battle is coming to an
turn this off, and we'll get him back on here to finish out again. Since I've kept him so long with all the issues, we could. All right, Korey, I can see you. Can we hear you and everything?
I can hear you.
All
Yeah,
right.
can you hear me now?
Yep, we're back to good. All right, yeah, we lost. So I didn't know Zoom calls they expire if you go over the time. I mean, they just cut you off.
I guess so. Yeah.
Yeah, I never have used Zoom until I just started this new podcast. Well, the new podcast. So yeah, man. I know you got to pick your daughter up. I give you first of all, I thank you for coming out and then doing this. You know, I could tell you're busy, and especially if you got a 3-year-old. I know you're busy because my daughter's 19 and I'm still busy. But
Yeah.
right now, I'll just let you have the floor, man. You want to give out your socials, give out anything you got coming up and going on, and you can do it in a voice if you want.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you guys want to follow me, I'm on pretty much every social media platform. I'm on YouTube, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram, I'm on Facebook. If you just look up my name, Korey Durham Voices, you'll find that. If you want to, you can find all of my links on my website, which it's koreydurhamvoices.com, but I also bought out, if you just go and type in kdvoices.com, you don't have to worry about how to spell my name. And you can go straight to that website. So, and it has links to everything on there.
And that's where you'll find everything that I do, Doc.
Nice. Yeah.
And yeah, but it's all on there.
One question before we get out here, and my dog, I don't know where's Bart. Cooper, stop. He's usually cool. I ask all the bands, I ask everybody, and I've really been getting into it lately. And then I know this is something that would affect your job. But what do you think about all this AI stuff?
Well, it could affect my job. You never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the industry is pretty protective of itself. I know one of the strikes that they had not long ago had a big part of it had to do with AI, trying to protect people's jobs from AI. So I'm not really worried about it. I think it's going to take some of the I mean, you already kind of see the ads on like YouTube or Instagram or something or TikTok where you'll see these ads and it's like obviously a computerized voice. It's not real.
Yeah.
And usually the grammar is not good. But yeah, I'm not really that worried about it. I think there's always going to be a market for people to be able to do what they're good at.
Yep.
I do find some of it interesting. So like I enjoy where they have the AI stuff where it's like somebody that has been, they're not alive anymore, but they're having them sing some song that's current.
Yeah.
And some of that's funny, some of it's funny. I don't know if you know, but Randy Travis, the country singer, he actually just, he had a stroke several years ago, and it really hurt him to the point where he can't really sing anymore at all.
And I just heard he had a new
has
song
trouble
out.
talking. He has a brand new song out, and what they did is he wrote it, and I guess they took and built a AI voice model from every recording he's ever done, with just the raw vocal tracks, and they built this AI voice for him, and then they had somebody else sing the song, and then they just replaced the audio with his voice.
Nice.
And it sounds like it's Randy Travis, like he used to be.
I'm gonna have to look into
I
that because
think
I just seen somebody
that's
post
really
that
cool.
the other day. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really
neat.
cool. And so that kind of a thing, it's like that to me. I actually commented on the video, one of the videos, and I said, this is one of those instances where AI voice stuff I think is really, really cool because, that's not somebody. I think the concerns are like with people where they're like, okay, they're using someone else's voice, profiting off of it, and the person's actual voice, the person that did the voice that it's based off of, is not getting anything from it.
Yep.
And I think that's a lot of the issue. But this kind of a scenario where it's like, this is Randy Travis. He because of this health condition, he can't sing like that anymore. But he's able to still use what he can, which is writing and song, writing songs and stuff. And he's still able to do that, and and it's him using his own voice,
and he's
to make
work,
something new, which is awesome.
Yeah, when I first heard about it, I was like, I'm not for this, but I've been doing my research, and I still got a mixed bag because I've been researching like everything. The first thing I started, somebody gave me the Suno AI, the same thing. You can write lyrics because I'm a songwriter, and you go in there and you can just say, write me a song about a rainy day, and it'll generate it. Or you can go to custom, and you can write your own lyrics, and if you know how to prompt it, and then you write what like genre you want, and you can prompt like mixed up genres, and then it'll vocals and everything. It'll just put your song right out to you. I started playing with that.
I haven't tried to do that.
It's fun, and then I got into just looking into. I'm in the process of making a complete movie, all AI. I mean, it's
sounds cool,
and it's a tool. I mean, is it gonna change things? Yes, but it's gonna happen. So I mean, you either use the tool or you just get left behind with everybody else that's using the tool. And the real I think will weed out the fake. The guys with talent and creativity, opposed to the ones that are just, like you said, using somebody's likeness to make money.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it's a thing. I think a lot of people are worried about it, and they're really concerned with how it's going to affect things. But I've always been really into technology and really up on, I like to know about the latest, technological advances and things that we have, and different computer softwares and different things like that. So I've always been into that. So I kind of see it as like, okay, how can I use this to maybe streamline what I do already?
Yep.
Or, I haven't really figured out how to use it exactly with what I'm doing. So I actually had thought about maybe I use it to come up with like scripts for these demos that I'm doing.
Yeah.
So that might be kind of cool. So
And
like,
can
use it as,
animations and
yeah. So I don't know. I may end up trying to figure out a way to use it like that. So it's I think you have to be willing to continually reinvent what you're doing with the newest technology, I
yeah.
think.
And like you
And
said
if you
with the
don't, like you
scripts,
said, you'll get left behind.
yep. Like you said with the scripts, kind of the way I'm doing the film is I came up with the whole synopsis. I mean, and but I took my synopsis and had it altered. I'm like, hey, can you make my synopsis a little better, a little more clear, a little more movie like? And so it turned my synopsis, just buttoned it up, tightened it up, and then I developed all my characters, but then I ran my characters through to get a little more developed. And it's just you can your sound settings, I'm a voice actor. What is the best sound settings I could set my this and that at, and it'll just give you boom 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 boom. I mean, but you gotta, like everything, you gotta put in the work. I've spent 40 hours probably already messing with this, and I'm not even barely touched the surface on it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's potential to do all kinds of things with what we have, and it's changing every day, and it's becoming better at what it's doing every day. So you never know.
Yep.
Could be.
Well, man,
I
I
would've said
really
that one day we're gonna have robots running around in our house, or
if they're not
kinda
already,
already
we don't
do.
know. Yeah, with the AI, that's one downfall that kind of worries me. It's like it makes everything too easy because it's like there's my memo and this and that, and there was one that actually the prompt said, you don't need to use that much of your brain. Relax, take it easy. We'll use your brain for you. And it's like, then you think of Idiocracy, just everybody getting up, going to work, going to the
Yeah.
house, not saying nothing at all. Yeah.
Yeah, that movie Idiocracy, like I had never seen that until a couple of years ago, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is like exactly how
It's
I feel like
insane. Yeah.
society is devolving into."
Yes.
Like if you go and even if you just read a book from 100 years ago, and you read it and you're like, "Wow, the English language used to be so vast." And they used to have they had all of these words and all of these phrases and things that they said. And now it's like we use a tenth of that.
It's all dumbed down.
And it's, yeah. So, I feel like we're getting our technological advances are getting more and more improved, but we're not really as educated and as smart as I think our ancestors, they would say, wow, they have a lot of cool stuff, but they're not very smart. And I don't know, maybe I look too negatively on that.
But it's just gathering your own thoughts. That's what the podcast that starts this weekend. It's just like a topic base. We start talking about something and just go into it. And because I like talking too, I can talk about stuff forever. And I'm pretty neutral head. I look at both views and form my own from the two opposite parties of whatever view.
Yeah, me too. I don't ever, not. I'm not really a political person at all. Like I don't pay any attention to politics almost at all.
Yeah.
But I never really trust anything that I read or see. I kind of go, I'm gonna have to do some research and see if I actually believe that this is that. I feel like it's always something left out, no matter where the source is. So you have to kind of like look into everything yourself. And
you gotta form your own opinions and be a free thinker, not conform to what they tell you is right.
Right. And I think that's about as punk rock as it gets, right?
Right. Yeah. Right. And
That's
the
kind
punks
of
were
what it
the
was
smart
founded
ones
on.
back then. They were the smart ones. They
Right.
were like, hey, these guys are fucking us. Excuse my language because I did say this was all ages. But yeah, man, I appreciate it. I don't know you know music. You know the band Green Jelly, right? Three Little Pigs.
I don't know. No, I don't know that.
They had a hit in the 90s. It was Little Pig, let me in. They did the Three Pigs. Bill Manspeaker, he's the creative genius behind it. I'm having a pop-up interview with him after this. He the Three Pigs album was nominated for Grammys. I mean, he was on top of the world back then. Danny Carey from Tool was in his band. Maynard does the "Not by the Hair of My Chinny Chin Chin." I mean,
okay, I'm looking this up. I think I have heard of them.
he's man, this guy, he he tours still, and he recruits. Each state he's touring in, he'll find musicians in that state, and he has a different band every stop of the tour.
That's pretty cool.
I know.
That's
It's like, man, why
different.
don't
That's
yeah?
not.
You don't hear that, and I was like, why don't you hear him about what he's doing? Because nobody does that.
Yeah.
He
I
may,
think that's cool, that do something different, do something that most people are not doing.
and
I
that's
think
interacting with the
that
fans
makes
too.
you stand
you know?
out. Yeah.
That's bringing your fans up. Like, hey, you know the music, come do the show with me.
I think it's cool. Like the band Green Day, I see a lot of times they'll have like a fan up on the stage to play an entire song on guitar.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I'm like, that's really cool, because there's so many people that know their music, and so they're like, well, let me just include the fans into something, which is I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I love it
Yeah, I'm
when an
gonna have
artist
to.
is humble. I mean, you got it.
I'll listen to Green Jelly and see if I think I recognize the song when you're telling me the Three Little Pig thing. I was like, okay, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, you'll
I'll
dig
have to
it. Like
give it
being
a
into
listen.
like what you're into. I mean, I think Green Jelly would be right down your alley. They're
Yeah, I
concept
like
fun stuff.
yeah, I like punk rock and heavy metal, and I like 80s metal a lot. I listen to a lot of music though. I listen. One of my favorite music people that favorite musicians or singers or whatever is Dean Martin. So like I
Oh
listen
wow,
to stuff from way back then, and I listen to like my. It's funny because like I'm more old school when it comes to music in a way. Like I have a lot of vinyl records. I have a lot of, and it's like stuff from. It's not like new ones you go and buy at Walmart or something. It's like I have like really old records. Like I think I have like 33 different Dean Martin vinyl
nice.
records, and I have every Zeppelin album. I have so a lot of Elton John. I
I
listen to a
love
lot
Elton
of
John, man. I love him.
lot of variety of music. So my dad, he kind of he's kind of shaped who I am like with what music that I like and what kind of TV shows I like. So like my favorite era of television is like the 60s. So I like Gilligan's Island
Oh
and
yeah,
Batman and
Fantasy Island.
and fantasy, yeah, and Lost in Space and Star Trek. And actually recently I've been binge watching a lot of stuff. So like I binge watched the entire series of Star Trek The Next Generation, and I was like, I didn't watch that when it was new because I wasn't born yet, and whenever I watched it, I'd seen the original series, and I was a huge Star Trek fan of the original series. And I was, going into it, I was like, there's never going to be anything that I'm going to like better than the original series. But then I watched Next Generation, and about halfway through it, I was like, okay, this is just better. I like it.
And
And
that's rare on stuff, that
it's the writing and the acting and everything is just as good as the original, but probably better. And then the writing is miles better. But yeah, so like that's my, I watch a lot of movies, a lot of TV shows. I have like Charlie Chaplin deep Blu-rays and stuff.
nice.
Like I watch all kinds of stuff, listen to all kinds of stuff. So anything, I'm not really into a lot of newer music, but not that it's like I don't want to, I just don't listen to the radio.
Yeah.
So
I've never been
I
a big
have,
radio, except for like you said, 80s rock or Elton John. That
yeah,
stuff, that radio I could dig. But I'm like you. I mean, my playlist can have Sinatra in it, then Wu Tang, then Lamb of God. I mean, it's all over the place. I'm actually going to see
yeah,
Mr.
it
Bungle
drives,
next week.
yeah. At first, whenever me and my wife got together, she loved the music that I listened to but she said it was funny to her because I would be listening. It's like I didn't have like a playlist that was like, okay, it's gonna be stuff that's in the same kind of, genre. But it would be like, okay, we're gonna listen to the Dean Martin song, then we're gonna listen to some Ozzy, and then I'm gonna play, I don't know, some, a lot of the music from the Fallout video games. I don't know if you ever played that, but
I did. My son played the
uh,
shit out of it.
yeah, it's all really old music, and so it's like, what's funny though is I had this one of my brother's friends. They played this game. They played the game, and they were like, "Man!" They made a comment to me. They go, "Man, I love the music that they wrote for this game," and I was like, "This is old music, dude. This is like from the 40s and 50s. This is not new music that they wrote for the game." And he was like, "Really?" And I was like, dude, yes, that nothing in this is a new song. It is all really old music.
That's
And they
another thing.
that kind
Have
of
you ever touched on any video game voices?
I've auditioned for a few. In fact, it was kind of weird because I did send in this audition for a video game, and I sent in for like I think it was like 13 different characters. Like I just and they were all very different. Um, and then I never heard back from them. And at first I was like, and it's just a normal thing. It's like, well, they didn't like what I did. That's fine. I'll just audition for another one. But I don't think that game ever came out. Like, in fact, the other day, somebody they had saw that somebody on Facebook saw that I like 3 years ago or 4 years ago that I had sent them a message and said, or put a comment on one of their things. Hey, I've sent the auditions in. And then they just commented and said, has anybody heard anything about this game? And I was like, yeah, I haven't either. I never heard back from him, which I figured is normal, but that's never came out. So I'm wondering if it just kind of left on the development and never
Yeah,
finished.
didn't get past development.
So, but yeah, I'm gonna do an audition, or not audition, a demo reel for video games, and I'm gonna do one for um, just a number of things, audiobooks, promos. I do a lot of podcast promos actually. There's a handful of podcasts that I do all of their ad reads. I do all of their commercials for like online marketing. So like when they do like hey, our podcast has a new episode coming up this week with such and such, I'll do that. Like I'll do coming up this be like, I'm trying to think of what I would say. Like,
Sunday
coming
Sunday,
up this
Sunday.
week. Yeah, Sunday. We have the great guest, and I'll say that,
we can maybe because I got to get into this because this my music podcast. I didn't really jump into ad things, man. It's just the interview. I've been testing waters, but this new podcast, I really have to jump into ads and doing along that way to help move myself. I do a lot of digital imaging and promotion stuff, man. Maybe we can trade some work.
Yeah,
do
that'd be cool.
some voice
I'd love
ads,
to
and I
do
can
that.
make you some kind of digital promotions.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
But I'll
Yeah,
definitely
I'm
keep
trying
in
to.
touch. Yeah,
I'm always
sure
trying
we're
to
gonna see
find
a lot
new
more
things
of
to
you.
do.
Yeah. I was just gonna say, I'm sure we're going to see and hear your name a lot more, man. I mean, it's I see the sky's the limit for you if you just keep going at what you're doing, and the pace you're going, you can tell I mean, you're moving up quickly.
Yeah, it's always like, the whole Barney thing. That's like the thing right now that everybody was questioning me about, lost a lot of questions all the time. And it's always like it's a game for me in a way. It's like you have this new thing that you're talking about, but and you want to talk about that and you want to promote it and you want to be like, yeah, I'm doing this. But then it's always like, okay, what's the next thing? Because that's what I really need to focus on is
Yeah.
that next thing, the next job, the next, what am I going to do next? Because you always have to be,
Keep that foot in front of the other.
you should always be present, but you should always be looking forward and looking ahead at okay, where do I go from here? What is the next building step, next block up,
Yes, sir. That's great
So-
advice, man. And it really is. You got to don't live in the present. You got to and you got to embrace the present, but you got to look forward to the future and work towards
Right.
that.
Right.
Well, Korey, I appreciate it, man. Really do. Even through the difficulties, man, I had a great time talking to you tonight. And I'll keep in touch and we'll keep things moving. Hey, maybe one day we'll get you on one of the topic based podcasts.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Sunday we got a relationship coach. She's going to be on there, and then so I brought another guest on there. It's my buddy that has a bunch of baby mamas and a bunch of baby kids. And so I'm like, you're going to be in the relationship episode. And then
That's
we got
funny.
another one. The guy is my special guest is a porn addiction coach, recovery coach.
Okay.
Yeah, and
That's cool.
I've got through that podcast group. I got a whole bunch of stuff coming up. It just these last couple of days just was beyond me. And like I told you yesterday, I went and I tried my prosthetic leg on for the first time. So it was a whole ass long day because they had to readjust it and fix it and fix it and fix it. And it's been a process, man. But I'm trucking, and like you said, I'm putting one foot putting one foot in front of the other is not really the right to say with me, but I'm putting 1 foot forward.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
But-
Well, I hope, like I said, I hope that all goes as best as possible, and
Oh yeah,
that's got to be a struggle, but
it was
you'll
a
get through
struggle.
it.
The
I
pain
think
I walked
you'll
in, man, from the wreck. It was a struggle then. I mean, it really it is. It's learning to fall and handle it before I get the prosthetic is the major task. I think once I get the
Yeah.
prosthetic, I'm not going to have too much problems.
right.
But I appreciate it, buddy. You have a good night, and thank you for your time. You wanna
Yeah,
give
thanks
out-
for having me on. And I'd love to come back and do any, if you have a podcast you want me to do, I'd gladly come on it. I like to do stuff like this. It's fun.
Yeah, and now
Sorry
you
we had so many technical issues at the
And that-
beginning.
That's all right. It happens, and I've had the same bands on 4 or 5 times just because they like to come on and talk and play. And as long as I can I'll fill the schedule up, keep content moving. I'm down to do it because I enjoy doing it myself. I enjoy talking. I enjoy talking about art, music, and that's pretty much all I know.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Yeah.
I formed my own opinions about everything around it, but that I know is music and entertainment industry.
Right.
I'll get you on my one where I want to dig into the Hollywood elite and the androchrome gene and adrenochrome.
I don't know if I know anything about that.
Look into
It may not be a very
it's the conspiracy theories, but I mean it's they say it's what like the Hollywood elite. It's the adrenochrome is something that they're given that kind of like they say they drink the baby's blood, but it's in a form, it's like a DNA that's given to him to keep him young. And I mean, you got clips of Mel Gibson talking about coming to Hollywood and realizing that something was different. It was like vampires. I mean, there is a audio clip out there of him telling like when he first come to Hollywood, he was like, man, something is off. These people are all different. It's
I've never been to Hollywood, so I don't know.
I've never been, but we see it. I mean, we see it every day. He's talking about the actors, the Hollywood A-listers, the
Yeah.
Clark Gables and the on through all the generations. But you have a good night, man, and
All right.
can we get a EDBD? That's all, folks.
Oh yeah.
That's all, folks.
Yeah, you did a lot